What's popping? Let me get my juice box that I stole from a 4-year-old. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, bitches. What is fucking good? Bumbaclaw. How's it going, Ron Lock? Big Frank. Yeah, you know it, bro. And so do the ladies. Or so I've told them what to say. How we doing? Frankie, what do you think about the co-main event, Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes? Bro, I know enough not to bet on it. I'm staying the fuck away from that one. I'm just going to sit back with my slightly less than alcoholic beverage, and I'm just going to enjoy it. How you doing, Lane? Let me on. Yeah, you can come on. I'll send you a link in Discord. It's too late to link your channel though, but I'm not opening the panel for another 10 minutes. I've got a star-studded guest show panel tonight. All the boys are turning up. How's it going, Hans? Hang on a sec. Let me just send this to Paradox. Who's this? Oh, it's Paradox of a new and rather frightening. Hang on, Paradox, one sec. Trust Paradox to knock me out of my flow state. Hang on a sec. What's good, fuckers? How you doing, Hans? I also drink box on occasions. Is that a euphemism? Box. Yeah, it's too late to link the channels, but you're more than welcome to hop on and do your thing, sir. I had JVD on the other night. He was an absolute delight. Fucking love JVD. What up, Frankie? Nice emo hairstyle, brother. This is just a result of sweat and dirt, sir. And I took a shower about half an hour ago. UK be running hot at the moment. Hot and sticky. You know how us white, pasty motherfuckers can't handle it. Cheers. Cheers, cunt. How we doing, B7? What's good, man? I'm looking forward to this card for one simple reason, and we all know why that is. Frankie's entering his Hawthorne Heights era. A long time ago, bro. A long time ago. I think I came out of my mother like that. How's it going, Lane? What's good? Hope you're well. Damn, I missed the JVD and Frankie stream. Yeah, JVD was really good. And Good Noodle's always fun as well. So we had those boys on Sunday. It was a bit of a random one. But it was nice. It was nice. The regulars fucking ditched me, turned their backs on me. So I had to let some random cunts in, and it turned out to be really fun. Talk about Saika Izawa. Don't know who that cunt is, mate. I'll be honest. Have no idea. If you're turning up to find an MMA hardcore, you've come to the wrong place, sir. It is Conor McGregor levels of understanding the game. We throw some vagina and asshole talking when we can. And then we throw a little bit of banter around the gaff. That's basically what we're here. How do you not know about the greatest MMA? He's an MMA fighter. Jesus Christ. Is that the cunt with the tits in your profile picture? He's got some very nice moves on him. I'll give him that. I bet I could whoop his ass. Oh, she. Sorry. Women can't fight. Stop it. Frankie looks like he would star in the British Twilight movie remake. I've been told I look like Robert Pattinson a few times, usually by bitches trying to glaze me. I know how ugly I am. Don't glaze me, bitch. Just polish what you came to polish and get the fuck out of my apartment. Feel me? It's some mid chick, Frankie. Don't worry, she ain't no Valentina. That's a terrible thing to say about another human being. Terrible, terrible. Like I said, we've got a few boys turning up tonight. We've got Giuliano, the gift that keeps on giving. He's in the waiting area. We've got Combat Casual, who I actually like. I'm just kidding, Giddy. And Paradox is apparently turning up as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Conor got a KO the other night. Looked like another cheap shot. But you take those W's where you can get them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ugly. You're above average. I'm short. Solid 6.5, sir. But I'm here for the glazing. It's all good. I like to be lied to. Oh, yay. Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a cheap shot. But like I said, it's all good. I do need to get a haircut. Thanks for pointing that out. I wasn't feeling insecure about it at all. And I don't have a big forehead. It's just the camera angle. 6.5 easy, but Saika Akazawa is 100 out of 10 in MMA prowess scale. All right, I'll check her out. I'm not going to check her out. Why am I lying? I'm sorry, bro. I don't care. Wagwan, me people. How you doing, Joey the Weed Ninja? 6.5 is solid. It could be so much worse. It could be. It could be. I think you can. The sweet spot of being a 6.5 gentleman is very simple for me. You're not ugly enough to be detestable to the opposite sex, but you're not so hot that you're unapproachable. It's that beautiful sweet spot. The tattoos look expensive. Well done. I usually cover up on streams when you were about, I guess. They were collectively quite expensive. I mean, it's a 7 with the juice box. Chrissy J, I love you. You'll always be a 10 in my eyes. Being one of only 2 females that comes in here regularly. Gio just asked me if I'm on the panel today. Why am I reading out private messages? I'm an idiot. Sorry. Yes, Gio, he is on the panel today. We're gonna be popping. We're gonna be getting things going in a couple of minutes. I think Paradox is gonna turn up as well. I gladly take an English 4.5. They're capped at a 5, mate. So I'm sure you'll be fine. How are we all doing today? 6.5 is a good place to be. That's what I'm saying. Don't read the private chat. I love titties. Oh shit. My bad. Me too, bro. All shapes and sizes, baby. Bee stings to bazungas. Also, I'm a Seika Izawa super fan. Hang on, let me see this. Hang on. Seika Suzawa. Okay. I mean, I definitely would if that's the question, but we know I would. The dude's a blend on James Gallagher and Daniel Radcliffe. Which Daniel Radcliffe, though? Which Daniel Radcliffe is the question. That's the worry. Small tits age better. Depends on how much money you've got, mate, and how much you're willing to spend. I mean, a decent tit job will set you back about $2,000 now, especially if you go get it done in Thailand. But you've got to be very subtle in how you get that done. Giuliano's going to tell us all about it in a couple of minutes. He's going to give us a few tips about how to get your significant other to get the king. He loves Asians more than you somehow for no reason. I that's impossible. That could never happen. All right, I'm gonna let the boys in because I'm starting to talk absolute shit. How are we doing, guys? How's it going, boys? Hang on, let me get my head set up because I can't actually. No.
Yo, why do I just have to be on the bottom, Frankie? Sorry. Yo, so I'm in a hotel. Can you hear me?
No.
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I mean, damn, no. Shit.
Dude, Idaho is gonna fucking talk shit about beating me at Super Smash Brothers, but like, I mean, dude, I hadn't played in like a year, but if anyone can beat Idaho when he's playing as Martha at Super Smash Brothers, I'll do something. They win something for me. What that is to be announced. But anyway, yeah, Frank, you were talking about I guess you were talking about like titties, right? So Claudia it's like, I mean, don't worry, I have a segue into actual MMA conversation. Claudia Segula, who's fighting on this card on Saturday, She's arguably the hottest active female UFC fighter. I said arguably, by the way, but she has a lip filler and fake tits, which like is is obviously not going to help her, in the octagon. And
Wait, what's her name?
I think Claudia Segura. She's fighting. She's not the one fighting. I think she. Wait, who is she fighting? She's fighting fucking. There's two bitch fights. It's Daria whatever versus the other one, and then she's gonna lose.
What is this weekend, or are we just talking about some random?
Yeah, no, we're talking about this weekend, Frankie.
I haven't looked at the card.
The name of the stream is like the Baku, Azerbaijan stream.
Yeah, I just use that to trick people to come in here. I don't know anything about MMA.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I said. It's like
No, Gio, she's
I was hoping we could keep the titties going for a few more minutes.
yeah. Well, Frankie, I said there's the
no. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's talk about
Claudia. Is handsome woman. She's a handsome woman.
Who?
She's a handsome one. Oh dear.
Wait, I know you're saying.
Is she on the prelims?
Yes.
Oh, Claudia Segura.
She's pretty good looking.
Yeah. I said arguably the hottest. But dude, look at her lips and her obviously look at her tits too. But look at her lips. She looks.
She's not my type at all.
Yo,
anyone who pumps ass fat into their lips is. I mean, it's good for some things. Musical has a short of me. Oh man, I haven't seen it yet. Sorry,
everybody got shorts. Yeah,
Frankie, you would agree that is a good-looking woman, though, right?
Yeah, she's all right. I mean, I would. That doesn't mean anything, though.
Right, exactly.
Doesn't mean anything. Like, so yeah, fair enough. So how are we looking forward to this weekend's card? I'm assuming you guys are all bugging out because you got to have it after you got to watch. You got to turn it on after your morning waffle.
Well, what time is it?
I think it starts at 10 a.m.
Yeah, it'll be
or 11 a.m.
I think it's 9 West Coast. Look at you
stressing out. Look at you stressing out, you dirtbag.
Well, the thing about morning cards for me is like I watch it in the morning and then like later on at night I'm like, this is usually the time I'm watching MMA. So I'm like, fuck. I don't know. Hopefully there's something else.
Bro, aren't you gonna be in Australia for this card or no?
No, I'll be in Australia on Tuesday. I'll be flying. I have to fly to San Francisco first, and then I'll be.
And you're gonna be back Saturday.
Why are you going to Australia? This is new news for me.
Why not? No, just vacation. Just
the best dancer ever.
My uncle like moved to Australia. He's like living there half the year, so I figured why not.
Okay.
Oh shit. Yo, Lane's saying it starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, so that's 6 a.m. Pacific. That'd be 7 a.m. your time.
I mean, that's still not bad, is it? You wake up.
No, that's chill. Like I'm down.
You know what
but yeah, I'll wake up 72 hours before and still be awake. So
there's a lot of shit going on this weekend.
What else is up?
Wait, there's a war very near Azerbaijan that.
Yeah, that's something that was interesting to me. Is like I was like, are they even gonna do the card still? Because what's happening over there?
Yeah, people have said that. I mean, or asked about it and everything. The UFC seems to have not addressed that yet. I mean, hopefully everything just goes fine. Maybe
Yeah.
Maybe Dana White shows up.
I'm sure it will be fine. I mean, if anything, if something goes wrong, then it will be the most amazing card of all time.
Yeah, I know you guys don't care about this, but there's gonna be a Rise card. I don't know if you know what Rise is. It's a kickboxing promotion in Japan. And that's That's gonna start at like midnight 1 a.m. my time. And those cards go on forever. So I'm gonna probably do back-to-back fight companions and just stay up literally all night like a degenerate. So that sucks.
Sounds like a good use of a week. I'm gonna be happy just to get like a regular day, it's gonna be weird for me. It's like, what am I gonna do when I can't sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, there's nothing on.
There is a BKFC later that day, so that's good. I might cover that.
Yeah, I think I might need to get something in on that because we're going to a live BKFC card at the end of the month with Brutally and
That's
JPL.
That's badass, dude. Have you ever been to a BKFC event?
I never have. I've only actually watched a couple cards live.
Okay.
So
I went
I'm
to
kind of jazzed for that.
BKFC Salt Lake City when I think it was when Perry fought Alvarez, and it was a good time. Really cheap seats. We're sitting like on the 3rd row behind the cage. So yeah, it was sick.
Yeah,
there's usually a lot of people like that are like pro fighters like hanging out at those. So try to get.
Yeah, I've only started going to like live cards over the last few years, and I fucked it up many times because my thinking was always like, get a seat as like close to the cage as possible. It's the worst thing to do, man. Because not only can you not see shit because there's a cage in front of you, but I had the fucking cameraman in front of me all night as well.
So when I went to BKFC,
it depends on the venue a lot of the time.
That's a good point. When I went to BKFC, like 3rd row back, but everybody stood up when shit went down, and like I tried to stand up, but I'm fucking short as shit, so I'm like, okay. But
there you are.
Super Leg versus Haggerty. I was 2nd row VIP. Is the best thing ever, dude. After Super Leg knocked out Haggerty, he fucking pointed at me because I was like fucking screaming, and he's like, "Yeah, like you know what's up." I was like, "Oh, let's go!" And I met Scott Coker, met Rountree.
I would have come. I would have come in that
moment.
moment.
And yeah, that was like amazing. But yeah, like your best bet is like 3rd row back in the stands, or like
or I've heard like first upper tier on the front row is apparently really good as well. Yeah. Like I've couple cuts. So I did that at UFC 304 where I was a couple rows back and I had this coke head behind me who was just doing lines all night and off his fucking head. Wow. He tried to fight me at the beginning of the night, and then by the end of the night he was like trying to offer me coke, and I was like, I'm cool, bro. And then so I botched that one, and then there was a one card I tried to go to in Thailand like 4 months later, and I fucked things up. So like it said on the ticket that it started at 7 o'clock. And like total numpty, I assumed, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, I assumed, that it was going to start at 7 o'clock at night. So I arrived at 7 o'clock at night and I'd already missed it. It started at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And my whole plan of going there.
What was it? A Lumpini Stadium event?
It was a one Lumpini Stadium event. So I was going to go there and shoot my shot on Stamp Fairtex.
Yeah.
Like, so as you do. You know.
So sorry. Frank, I was trying. I didn't want to interrupt you, but so just really quick. So I don't know if you know King Tersey, but I ate ass on a bet with him on the main event last Saturday.
It's not about you, Gio. This is not about you.
No, it's people are asking like No, I do owe Tersey $3,500.
Seeing as some of the chat has brought it up, you might as
well. He only has like Cash App and like Zelle and everything. But he'll.
Oh, so now it's his fault. Fuck it, hell.
I mean, a little bit, but he'll be paid. He'll be paid by tonight. I told him that I would pay him by Wednesday if he couldn't get Zelle to work. But
I told you not to. I told you not to bet on Joaquin Buckley. You didn't listen to your boy.
Yeah, no, that was
the consequences.
Dude, you gotta take L's. You gotta just have a night. I was telling because it was, dude. I was in Idaho, like fucking telling him like I'm just gonna take
Idaho.
L's
Idaho. You see what he's doing. You see what he's doing now, yeah.
No, I was dude. He can attest to this.
Oh, right. No.
Coming your fault. This is
no. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's entirely my fault. I'm taking full responsibility. I fucking ate ass on last week's card. It does happen, and then he killed me in Super Smash Brothers, and I'm just like, all right, this has to be an ego death. Like that's
comparable.
I have no. Well, I mean, I mean, I didn't have. Sorry, Frank. I didn't have any ayahuasca on hand. I mean, I had to sort of like force it, but no, yeah, like yeah. I mean, a bet's a bet. I owe Tersey 3,500. He'll be paid tonight. Just like
Do you know what? Do you know what must hurt? Do you know what must hurt for Tersey though? If he went to like a regular sports bettor, he could have made over 10 grand on that single bet by betting on Usman.
Yeah, he could have.
That
The
must
thing
have
is,
stung.
though, well, no, but the thing is, like, I've been talking to him since, and he's actually like, you know, I mean, you know, for whatever reason, he had like a shitty reputation and like everything. I've been talking to him since, and he wants to make a channel. He actually knows his shit quite a bit.
I mean, I can understand why you made the bet, because if anything, it was slightly inflated. It was slightly inflated on your end, because I think 3,500 would have made you about 3.
No, we didn't bet like that. We bet we it's like it was straight.
No, but the
just like-
point is, if there's other options out there, and he's willing to put up 3,500, which is obviously what he did, he would
Sure.
have made over 10 grand. So like, it's
Yeah,
just,
if he was
I'm
gonna
saying
lay
it's a
it
bit
at-
of a, it was a bit of a weird move on his part, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, he had a lot of confidence in Kamaru, like, you know, and like, you know,
And rightfully so.
You know, and like, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, it proved to be accurate.
I didn't think he was gonna fuck Buckley in the ass like that, but I saw it kind of going that
Dude,
way.
once Buckley adopted the bladed stance that his corner told him to, I figured he would adjust. But after he lost the third round, it was over.
So Gio rolls into town.
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
And I pick him up, and we literally walk in the door like as the main event is like starting. So like my first ever interaction with Gio, you know, in person is, you know, like
is
first
watching
round,
Buckley get taken down.
Yeah, you're right. And he's got a
seconds.
$3,500 bet on it, and he's just like he's really hyped. He's like, no, Buckley's got this, and then like you see,
Well,
like
I mean,
slowly
okay.
he's just like, ah,
The realization is dawning on him.
Yeah. And like in the
I
fifth
would have
round,
loved to have seen that.
By the way, credit to Buckley. By the fifth round, he was stuffing takedowns. He was landing shots. Like I thought that's a
no credit to Buckley.
Silver lining, right?
He was stuffing takedowns, but like
silver lining.
Like, yeah, silver. Dude, Protest did.
But yeah,
and then
right. We've been talking about running this fade on Super Smash Bros. Melee for a minute, and I proceed to.
Dude, I didn't know you were a fucking savant, dude.
Soul
I didn't practice.
I proceed to beat his soul in on Super Smash Bros. Like 10 games in a row. And so I love
that you were waiting to take advantage. You're like, he's down 3,500. Let me kick him when he's down.
Yeah, no.
So they get this.
It was necessary. I was getting cocky all around. I fucking
so get this. I decided to pick the worst character in the game, which is Pichu.
And I beat him. I was so happy. I was so proud of myself.
And so he beats me, and then he's like, "Yo, like, you want to bet on the next game, you as Pichu?" I was like, "Bro, don't try to fucking switch this night around and
little weasel
over me, son."
I'm gonna say one thing. Everything Idaho just said is true, except for the fact that I asked you if you wanted to bet before you picked Pichu, and I won.
Okay,
and you did say no.
Fair. That's fair. Because I was like, Gio, like you get destroyed, dude. Like I don't want to make you lose 2 bets in one night, man.
Had you taken that bet, you would have lost. But you did kill me as Marth, and then once it's Jigglypuff just to make it hurt extra hard.
Yeah.
But you have to admit.
I'm gonna echo
money a little bit, like a little bit. No.
Doesn't sound like it.
I didn't, dude. No. Fuck off. Do
you know what? I've got to say, for all the shit you get though, Gio, I love how you're supremely confident in anything and everything.
I'm not. Like, I'll tell you when I'm not confident and shit. I mean, dude, that's why.
Have you even played Smash Brothers before? That's my next question.
No, yeah.
He's like, bro, I'm gonna fuck you up. What's the Smash Brothers?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I hadn't played in over a year, but like, you know, like like it's one of those things, bro. It's like, you know, like he was telling, bro. Idaho was telling me, he's like, Yeah, like no one ever wants to play me anymore because I just knock their dicks in and kill everybody. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm like, okay, this kid's
I've
definitely
lost friends
talking
over that
shit.
game before.
Yeah, I used to lose friends on like No Mercy back in the
You know
day.
what? You know what's the biggest friend
It's a
killer though
rage
is
quit
Mario
game.
Party.
Really? Because
Really?
Mario Party is a bit random, isn't it? Well, some of them are. It's like it's a lot luck
Right,
based.
exactly. You get like
Like,
4 motherfuckers in there, and it gets
Wait,
heated.
Mario Kart or Mario Party?
Mario Party.
Oh yeah, because you can select people to like bump back, like
Yeah,
once-
like there'll be like this shit,
Yeah.
be like, yo, like steal their coins, steal their stars, and you can just look at the person next to you like you're so fucked, dude. And it's what's fucked up is when like somebody will go at you and you're like in last place, and somebody will steal your shit. You're like, the fuck is wrong with you, dickhead? I'm in
I'm
last
already
place.
down, you prick.
Yeah, like
What's your fucking problem? I could get that as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I get that.
Yo,
Yeah.
I know. Dragon Ball Z, I will be.
you know what?
Like-
I'm gonna pull a Giuliano here, and I've never played that game, but I'll bet you $3,500 I destroy you in that game.
All right, bet. Dude, in racial face-off.
You heard it here first, people. Giuliano's going to be living in a box by next Friday.
Yeah,
He's going to be under a bridge sucking dick.
Oh, shit.
In your
All right.
dreams, Frank. In your dreams, Frankie.
I'll be the first one in the
dude.
queue, bro, just to see your face.
Dude, I'll pay my next bet with Tersey off of Idaho's money.
So who is King Tersey and how did this come about? I've never heard of King Tersey.
Tersey's like, I mean, people know who he is. He's like he's mainly just in chats, but he he knows, like, he turned out to be like pretty knowledgeable about about MMA in general.
Nah, fair play to him. It was a smart bet on his side in terms of, because I felt like a lot of people were underrating Usman in that one. But I'm going to echo what Idaho said, and I think a lot of the chat would agree with this. There's a lot of encouragement you can get if you're a Buckley fan. Like, he ended the fight really well, and he's somebody who we've seen have a horrible run. We've seen him have a horrible run at middleweight and then fix a lot of things and then come back a lot better. And I think he's the type of person that will go to the gym, work on stuff, and come back better.
Yeah, he looked like a serious contender before that fight too. And then on my Pick'em show, Combat Casual, great YouTube channel. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick
in the
Buck.
description.
I feel like he wins, but I'm like, if this fight goes the distance, like, it's Usman. So I did end up making some money betting Usman, but yeah, I don't know. I just
It
knew
felt
that,
like an easy one to me. It was like when Poirier fought Benoit Saint Denis. I brought this up before. It felt like when I saw the odds, I was like, have I mixed it up?
right.
And I'm a big Buckley fan, and I said this on Sunday when we were talking about it. I would have picked Buckley before that fight to beat almost anyone in the division. I said he was going to be a champion at some point, but when the Usman fight got picked, I was like, I don't love this one. There's something about the matchup I just didn't like, and yeah, worked out pretty well.
I didn't like the face off. I mean, Buckley looked a little, but
yeah, and we said this on Sunday as well. Like, Buckley seemed a little bit too excited to be fighting Usman. He's like, oh my god, I'm fighting Usman. This is like, I don't like that kind of energy. It's like, and Usman looked massive standing opposite him as well. But yeah, I thought it was an overall.
One more
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
with like that card, and then like I do actually want
For
to
sure.
have questions
Talk
about this
about next
card.
week. All right, yeah, go for it.
What did you think of Rodolfo Bellato's performance? Not in the fight. I mean, like, his acting.
We spoke about it I was speaking about it in Dougie's stream, and as soon as I saw it, my instant reaction was he's a fucking fraud. That was my reaction as soon as I saw it. And Dougie was trying to like, Dougie, fair play to him, was like, no, he's probably got like a late onset concussion. He's probably a bit confused, and he's come on to speak about it since. If you look at the way the sequence of events went, and I'm sorry to bore some people who've heard me talk about this last Sunday, but you see him get hit with the up kick. You see him turn to the ref and kind of go, like, put his hands out and go, look what he's done.
As he's falling.
As he's falling. Then he's flopped back, not hit his head straight away. Then he's kind of rocked his head back. And then he's pretended to like stumble over to the court. It was fucking shocking.
So I had a similar reaction to Dougie, who I've never talked to, and I don't know who is, but I've
he's a good lad.
heard a lot about
Dougie's
him.
Corner, yeah.
Dougie's Corner is good.
I had a similar reaction to him. I'm like, well, you remember when Shane Burgos got knocked out?
That was slightly different though.
Well, right, but I was like, maybe it was like a late reaction, and I was kind of like down the middle. And I was like, yeah, it was suspect. I don't know, but then I saw a highlight on Twitter, and they played it in super slow mo. The kick didn't even land.
I didn't even realize that.
It didn't even land. I'm like,
that just makes it worse.
You know, so the real question though is like, so I was talking to Paradox about this, like, and it's like, okay, so a no contest being the result of that, right? When it could have been a KO for Paul Craig, but it also could have been a DQ win for Bellato. It's like, I don't know.
It was never going to be. It was never going to be a DQ win for Bellato just because the way that it happened. Because he was, even though he was in like an illegal position when he connected, when he started throwing it, he wasn't. It was more that his knee hit the ground as his leg connected.
No,
so it was very clearly, or even if it did connect.
The knee was planted firmly on the ground well before the kick was thrown.
Was it? Because I thought he was going down into the position, and then you got.
No.
I guess it could have been a DQ then. I don't know.
Well, and you also
it's like that's why it's like I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. It was the very end of the round, right? And so Bellato was trying to go for something, crazy, like ground and pound finish him.
I think.
It was like a whole wild
KO. I think it should have been a KO for Paul Craig, or at least
Yeah, but unfortunately, the UFC doesn't have real rules.
They gifted Chris Weidman a fucking, a unanimous decision for blinding Bruno Silva, like, but also it's like it could, like, I don't often look on the bright side of things, but it's like the fact that they didn't give a DQ into Bellato, it's like maybe they have some integrity. Is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was a lot right. It more highlighted what's wrong with it's more highlighted what's wrong with the rules than what's wrong with. I mean, Bellato acted like a complete plonker, but I also admitted on Sunday that if I was in that situation and somebody illegally hit me in a fight, and I'm thinking to myself, do I continue this fight that's kind of close, or I can get a free win here and get my win bonus and move up in the rankings? I'm probably gonna take it if I'm being real. A lot of people won't admit this, but fighting probably isn't that fun unless you're a complete lunatic.
The pay structure incentivizes you to
to take the win or take the win.
You get paid to go and win, so it's like
I mean,
win
double. That's something that Dougie and I have talked about too. Is like if you had, if you pay a living wage, their training and food and everything is paid for, and then you up the amount of performances of the night. You bring back knockout of the night, bring back submission of the night. Like, that incentivizes fighters to, not like, do so much gay hugging and just.
Well, we've discussed that, like, it should be a simple thing, where if you get a finish, you should get a bonus.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
pure and simple.
I agree with that. I agree with and I think you remember when UFC used to have sub of the night and knockout of the night on top of performance bonuses. Like, I think those should be brought back.
It's better than the current system, but it still becomes a subjective thing because if you get 2-6 subs in one night and then one misses out, it's like
but like you said, a finish. You know what I mean? A finish gets a bonus, so it's like
if a finish gets a bonus, that's it. That's what it should be.
Yeah, it's like if let's say you get 2 like really slick submissions, like all right, well one guy got submission of the night, the other guy isn't just like holding his dick, he fucking gets a bonus.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but there's
also
there be a long way off.
They allowed grounded knees, grounded kicks, soccer kicks, face stomps. This is
that's
things that should be legal.
That should be everything.
I mean, when Jose Aldo munted what's his face across wasn't that one of the most glorious moments we've seen this year? when he ran across the cage and kicked Mario Batista right in the face, like he was kicking a field goal.
Yeah, and they were just
It
like,
was the most beautiful shit.
It's like, whatever.
No anti.
But
it
yeah,
was
man.
beautiful.
Let's talk
Betty,
about.
I know.
Let's
Sorry,
talk
I
about the
was gonna
Baku
say,
card.
no.
Your
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's talk about
a
that.
lad from your region of the world, Frankie Oban Elliott, is on the card fighting a
Yes.
random Korean name man.
He's a lock.
How high are you on Oban Elliott?
I'm very high on him. I'm very high on him as a fighter and more so as a personality. I think he brings that kind of. I think he brings that intensity, and he's got a little bit of a. I don't know. He's got a bit of like cheeky charm to him. I don't know. He's a bit raw in there. As a fighter as well. I mean, he's been knocking some fuckers out. He's pretty exciting. Welsh people are kind of just funny as well because they just got funny voices. And sorry, JP.
Yeah, Naomi.
You guys are funny. You're funny to listen to.
You.
I'm high on him. Is he going to be a champion? Definitely not. But I could see him being 10 to 15 range and having good fights. He's not going to be a champion. Which division does he fight in?
Welterweight.
Yeah, welterweight. It's not going well for him.
I mean, he seems to be improving with each fight. It's a little early to tell, but like, I mean, he keeps getting finishes, like, you know. And
well, yeah. So like when I first heard of him, like Ariel had him on his show all the time, and I was like, why is this guy on Ariel's show? And then he debuted, and I was like, he didn't have a great debut, but yeah, in his last two fights, like we've been able to see the personality of Oban Elliott shine.
And I mean, if you think about it, like so many people debut and lose and then go on to be great. Like, I mean, you know,
so many people is a stretch, but yeah, like
okay, but like how many people in the
a lot of people don't get a second chance,
right?
Pavlovich, like I mean, Marab
was a good example. Marab lost to fucking Ricky Simon.
Islam, it was his second fight, I think, that he got knocked out. Like, you know.
Oh yeah,
is that right?
Yeah,
he's only had one finish. That's disappointing. But I'm saying at the very least he's exciting in there. He's not somebody who goes for a finish.
If he keeps getting finishes, I meant like the finish in his last fight.
On the other side, I've been a long time like fader of the South Korean fighters. Like I don't think that the regional scene is strong enough. But I will say
about you,
I think Black Combat, Grachin, and Rise are Road FC, which Road FC is one of my favorites.
Dude, bro, yeah.
And you actually have the South Korean like regional scene popping off, and it's correlated to like the UFC. Like we're seeing a lot more South Koreans doing a lot better and getting wins recently. So yeah, I think this is. I'm actually excited for this fight.
Do you think this random South Korean Donnie has any chance of pulling off an upset?
I definitely picked Oban, but I don't know anything about the random South Korean man, so I can't say anything definitive. He's not
gonna beat Oban.
He's not bad. 6 KO wins. No, 6. Yeah, he's got 6 KO wins.
Look at his.
I mean, it's not easy to knock somebody out. I've tried many times, and it always ends embarrassingly. So apparently it's quite hard.
He hasn't fought anybody that I've ever heard of in my life. So
can we because I'm actually curious to know what both of you think. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Fiziev.
Yeah, well, I was gonna build to that.
Tough one. I mean, do you want to talk about it now and then go back? I'll let you guys.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to go? Hard ground.
Let's now that it's been brought up. I mean, somebody did bring it up in the chat earlier on. How you doing, Timmy?
Dude, sick ass fight. You have Fiziev, who's been more tested against the top guys, and then Bahamondes, who's like just on fire right now. What I like about Bahamondes is I think we've finally seen like definitively he's dangerous everywhere. The only thing that really gives me some pause about picking him, which I am, is the speed of Fiziev. It's very underrated. Also, the low kicks of Fiziev on a taller guy, and we have seen Fiziev piece up a taller guy like in Moicano. That sequence in which he finished him in was fucking absolutely nasty.
And but I also feel like aged so well as well. That
right. And I feel like Moicano and Bahamondes like their striking.
I mean, the striking differential is like I mean, it's huge.
So
But
I
yeah,
think
no,
the kicks.
Fiziev is not to be ignored at all. It's just like,
Yeah,
I think it's a weird. It's like, I feel, I feel stupid bringing up like stats, but like for the height difference, the reach advantage, you expect Bahamondes to have kind of isn't there, which like as like you were saying with low kicks and things like that. I think Fiziev could definitely find an opening. I mean, I'm taking Bahamondes, but it's like it's a hard one to pick. It could go. I mean, it's Fiziev is more tested, and they're thereby more probably capable of adjusting. You know, if he's down around, he could, he could switch things up where and surprise Bahamondes, and I mean, it's like I'm just thinking, I'm running through Fiziev's fights in my head. And, I mean, it's like Moicano wasn't that much taller. I mean, not that it necessarily matters. I mean,
I do feel like it is important that Fiziev did. I mean, he's fought Justin Gaethje for how long now? It was their first fight at main event. That's it's been like what 30 minutes.
No, it was 30 in total, so it was
Okay,
two.
yes, they
rounders.
fought each other for 30 minutes. I think that's valuable experience, and Bahamondes hasn't fought in a guy quite as dangerous as that. I do just think like obviously if Fiziev can, I feel like his hands are more dangerous and his low kicks, but everything else Bahamondes has the advantage. More ways to win. It's a sick ass fight, and it's a tough test for Bahamondes, but I feel like if he passes it, these are the type of things we need at lightweight, right? Because like for so long you've had the lightweight. I mean, Dan Hooker is ranked in 2025 after seeing his fight with Dustin Poirier in I think it was 2020. Such a sick fight. Like I didn't think Dan Hooker would still be in the top fucking ranked lightweights. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these guys have not been able to break through and beat the vets of the lightweight division that are at the top, and that's a huge problem for the division. You got guys like Justin Gaethje proclaiming he deserves a title shot now. And I would just like that's what we need. We need new life injected into the rankings. And these top
the rankings. That's
young guys that can beat these top guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm this is one I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna lay any money on. I don't like it from a betting perspective either way, because it's just gonna be
I think it's a pick 'em too, right?
it's well, I think Fiziev is the slight favorite, but it's like a
Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, isn't Bahamondes a favorite?
No, I think it's Fiziev. Hang on a second. Let me double check. Well, it might be different over there. I wouldn't assume it is. Hang on. Because it was something I was looking at. I'm personally gonna pick the reason why I'm worried about it for Fiziev is because I really like the way Bahamondes lands knees up the middle is where I think Fiziev might come unstuck, because he's like I said, he's short. And he does try and get in the pocket and let some heat off. I don't know. I'd be less worried if Fiziev was coming straight back into this fight and he hadn't fought Gaethje for 3 rounds. I'd be a lot more worried. But now that he's kind of got the ring rust off a little bit, I don't think Ignacio has fought anyone near his level. And whenever I think of when he got that knockout against Roosevelt Roberts, who, let's be fair, is shit.
Yeah,
Roosevelt Roberts had hurt him quite badly in that fight up to that. I mean, his face was fucking battered to pieces, and he kind of pulled that one out. I mean, I know he pieced him up in parts of the fight as well, but there were parts of it that were competitive against him.
Than Ludovic Klein did against Roosevelt Roberts.
Well, Ludovic Klein is one that I wasn't really ever too high on anyway. So
yeah, me either. I'm just saying.
I mean, he does have a win over Bahamondes.
True.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
that's why I'm saying. That's why I feel like that. I feel like Fiziev is a better version of Ludovic Klein.
Yeah, no, I said the same thing earlier in the week. Like,
yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like again, that was a few years ago. Bahamondes is rapidly.
He has improved. So. He has. Yeah. I'm going with Fiziev, but I think it's going to be fight of the night. I think it's going to be an absolute. I think this for me is a fun one. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down.
What about Curtis Blades versus Kenya?
I don't know that much about Kanaev, I do find it a bit weird that this cunt is hopping into the organization. I've heard he's had steroid issues before, or he's popped before. I find it strange that this guy is coming into the UFC and getting launched right into. I mean, I know heavyweight's nothing; it's not exactly stacked, but it feels like a weird one to me that he's just being thrust in there. And I like Curtis Blades a lot. I actually think Blades, despite the fact he's got a horrific chin, if you allow him to get his game going, he's very dangerous.
He is dangerous. He's also got. I mean, I think his wrestling's still underrated. Like he's got, and his fight IQ is underrated too. I mean, the Jailton Almeida win is is not.
So
like, I mean,
I posed this question to Gio. We were talking about this fight. I was like, okay, if Kuniev goes in there and he knocks Curtis Blades out in 30 seconds, like, would you say he's a top heavyweight in the sport? And Gio was like, at the time, he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, no, fuck no. Like, because Curtis Blades is the kind of guy that gets starched in 30 seconds, even though he is a great heavyweight.
but like
he's just a slow starter, and he is bad against guys that are fast starters with power. Like, it just happens,
I mean,
just one defeat.
Yeah. I mean, as true as that is, if you and the fact that yes, Aspinall finished him in 1 minute. If you rewatch that fight, there was clinching, there was it's like
the thing is that's heavyweight though. It's that like that can happen in any. If you get caught flush by somebody with that much like force behind them, I know people don't understand this. It's like because they think, oh well, it's a heavyweight fighting another heavyweight. The power that's generated in that division is different.
Oh yeah.
And because there's such a discrepancy between how much people weigh often, you get people who are at 260 and you get others that are at like 220, 230.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
And then when they come in on the night, you get 300-pound blobby cunts in there as well. So
yeah,
I don't know.
You get like, so when you have like but I feel like a lot of people don't give so a lot of people act, do you remember a lot of people acting like Aspinall versus Pavlovich was just, it's like whichever one got the other one first, like, I mean, even the odds had them both at -110, if I remember correctly. Like, and if you actually rewatch that fight, you'll see.
Well, that fight was very circumstantial. Because obviously, like with
right.
The fact that Tom was at evens jumping off the couch with like a back issue and he spent 2 weeks, I think that's testament to how I think if the fight had been.
It is. And I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you distinguish. Sorry, I mean that's how. But I was gonna say that's how you distinguish. You distinguish like really that it's a division that is like where there just aren't that many elite fighters. So Ryan Bader. Ryan beating Renan. I mean, what was it? 20-something seconds that it took Ngannou. So did Renan Ferreira beat Ryan Bader faster than he got beat by Ngannou, or
it was close?
No, it took Ngannou like a minute or two actually, but still, I mean, it's like you can see the elite fighters in the division. It's just really there's not many of them. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, heavyweight sucks. I'm expecting Curtis Blades to. It's like I don't know if it gets past two. Oh, I don't know. Curtis Blades could get knocked out at any time, but I feel like if he gets time to get his game going, I think he drags him down. Bro, the Derek Lewis fight, the Francis Ngannou fight twice, Tom Aspinall fight.
Bro, Derek Lewis, the prime Derek Lewis was a problem for everybody.
No, but the way he got chin, I know it was a nice little shovel uppercut, but there was no distance to it. A heavyweight with a decent chin is not getting knocked out from that position.
That knockout was so brutal. I remember watching it.
I don't agree with that at all.
Because he kind of went forward and then fell back.
Well, yeah, it was like a bad like takedown feint, right?
Yeah.
I remember. If you remember, he got knocked out.
I think that's why he didn't need that much distance because Curtis Blades was kind of going down as he was it was just the perfect like bat.
So when he got knocked out on the broadcast, though, you could hear when they like came back from like a little break, like Curtis Blades woke up and he was like writhing in agony, and like John Anik was trying to like talk over it. It's brutal.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It's like I'm kind of with you, Idaho, in that like if Kanaev goes in there and knocks his head off, I won't be going, oh my god, he's here. It's like you can't, because he's been chinned before. It would be a great win.
Yeah.
And he'll automatically be top 5, but I wouldn't be like throw him in there with fucking Tom Aspinall now, or like I don't know. It would be like all right, well, we've got somebody else who could potentially be a problem.
I mean,
but I wouldn't
the
be.
fight's stupid. The fight's stupid as fuck.
I think it. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's stupid. Like, I think
What makes it more stupid? What makes it more stupid is it got called off, and then So if they had it as like, oh man, it's we're just putting this together short notice because no one else, I'd have been like, all right. But it got postponed and then they rebooked it, which to me is bizarre. I don't know.
Well, what's weird about Kuniev too is he fought in the UFC already, and then he fought in Eagle FC, and then he went on Contender Series.
Anyone that fights in Eagle.
Wait, how do you go from fighting in the UFC to fighting on Eagle FC to contend? Like that doesn't.
It's a weird trajectory.
I mean, there's people that there are people that have failed in the UFC, gone to other promotions, and like Yusuf Zalal would be like probably the best example of someone who's come back to the UFC and
Yeah, they have one fight in the UFC.
Yeah, but what's he done to deserve this is the point. It's like, why is he suddenly fighting Curtis fucking Blades?
I agree that it's stupid.
How'd you fight at Eagle FC and then you're fighting Curtis Blades? It's weird.
I mean, they should give.
It's not like when you had like Kaya Sakura, who was like had a decent time. He lost and won some fights in Ryzen, but he was the champion and he was he was a star. You can justify it. It's like, who's this fat cunt who's beat nobody and was in a shit organization where he also fought nobody and then he popped several times. Why is he here?
I just think that they want like they want like a somewhat exciting heavyweight fight on the card. So it's like if you put him up against like fucking Martin Boudet, like instead and made it like the second fight on the card, like people are sick of those like fights.
Well, I think that the UFC hates Curtis Blades and they just
yeah, for sure.
I guess so. Yeah,
it's a hit job.
Let's see. It could, it could be.
I mean,
do you think?
I mean, how do you think the UFC, if you think they hate him, how do you think they felt about him beating Jailton Almeida?
Bad. Sick.
And so they said, "Fuck this guy. We're gonna give him Kuniev."
Yeah.
Because it does. This fight does nothing for Curtis, right?
It does nothing for him. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But if he loses.
Right.
He will never get a title he won't even get anywhere near a title shot ever again.
Nope. And it sucks.
You could even justifiably cut him if that happens, which they won't. But...
They might do that. He's one of the best heavyweights. Like when I say the best heavyweights in the sport, it's like there's 10 good heavyweights. So, your mileage may vary, but like he really is one of the best heavyweights in the sport right now, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess his chin just I don't think his chin was.
Would you put him in the ad like across all promotions? You wouldn't put Curtis Blades in the top 5 though.
Right?
No, you wouldn't. No, because there's murderers in organizations all over
in
the
top
world
15,
that you haven't even heard of. Top 15.
You remember talking about Phil DeFries?
Yeah, what about
him? I mean, dude, I don't know. I think like Isha and I like him, a bit more than you do.
Yeah, you guys are fucking delusional.
I mean, I don't think he's the best, dude. I think Isha likes him to a little bit of a ridiculous degree, but like, I mean, I think Phil DeFries is definitely up there. Like,
because he beat Todd Duffy.
No, not
and he beat fucking what's that stupid fuck's name? Augusto Sakai. Oh, Phil DeFries.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how
he beat Augusto Sakai. Like, what the fuck? Then his last fight was against a kickboxer that fucking transferred over to MMA, and he subbed him in a fucking minute. And it's like,
come on, that KSW
Phil DeFries, the best heavyweight on the planet. It's like, you guys are fucking retards.
I know, dude, Isha, that's Isha's argument, dude. I'm not.
You just said you agree with him.
No, I think Phil DeFries is like top 15 probably in a shit division in like overall, and close to number 14 or 15. But like, I love how much you don't like
I
him.
think it's way too early to say that, and we haven't seen anything enough. We haven't seen enough to.
He doesn't suck, but he's doing great things in KSW, and defending their belt how many times now? It's like, who gives a fuck? And I hate to be that guy that's like the UFC like defender, but it's like I don't give a single fuck if Phil DeFreeze is on a crazy win streak in KSW.
Yeah,
like,
KSW.
They have nobody for him to fight.
Like,
Yeah,
I hate being,
it's not exactly. He'll get his chance, I'm sure. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah,
he'll be over at some
or he
point.
won't.
Yeah. Well, we've got some people bringing up the main event, so we might as well segue into that. Who you guys got?
Bring up Paradox's comment. He said, "Talk about how you're all picking Khalil, and you're all gonna be wrong." I'm like, bro, like what? Like,
where is this?
Was Paradox a fucking
dude?
Oh, here we
Jamal
are.
Hill truther?
Dude, Paradox loves to talk about how he swept the card after the fact. Paradox swept every card.
What do you mean, the last card?
Yeah, I mean,
I believe
like,
that. I mean, he is the chattest man on the planet, so I would believe.
Yeah, he can say what the fuck he wants, bro. If he wants to change history, that's up to him, bro. It's fine.
Yeah,
who's gonna stop him? He's 12'9". He makes the rules.
Frankie, he's 8'11". Let's not like. I mean, that's
8'11". Sorry. I'm What do you think about this, Idaho? Who do you think's got this? Who do you think's got the main event?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna dodge your question by saying I think that you have to give Jamal Hill a lot of credit. Not because of his response to losses or anything like that. Like all the fanfare around him is warranted. He's totally delusional. But the fucking guy goes out there to fucking fight his ass off every single time, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what he's gonna do in this fight. So of course he always has a puncher's chance. He's a very powerful guy when he connects. But I would be a fool to pick Jamal Hill in this fight because Khalil Rountree is just the much better striker. He's faster. Jamal Hill, he does have a good jab, but I mean, the only thing that's interesting about this fight is Khalil Rountree did take a beating in his fight against Pereira, and you would say, well, Jamal took a beating against Yuri, but it's like I would say that the sustained and one-sided beating that Khalil took not that long ago could possibly affect him in this fight. But yeah, again, like I'm picking Khalil. If they fought 10 times, I think Khalil wins, 8 of them.
Really? Gio?
I mean, once again, like, yeah, it's like, dude, Jamal Hill's good. And he's very, like, it's just that Khalil's so much more technical. I think that, like, if he hits Hill to the body and, like, Hill starts to throw lunging shots, his technique gets sloppy, and I mean, it's like I could see it going to a decision for Khalil, which would be shitty, but like
that's actually the pick I have.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So you and I agree. Yeah, I mean, because it's like I mean, it's like Khalil Rountree has knockout power relative to, you know what I'm saying? Like, where, like, do I see him fucking chinning Jamal Hill, like, in the early rounds? No. But, like, fuck no. But I don't see him taking as much damage as Jamal Hill does, Like, he's very tight, he's very defensively, like, sound and technical. So, I mean, as much as, like, I'd like for Jamal Hill to win, like, I think Khalil wins.
Why would you like for Jamal Hill to win?
Because I like how balls out fucking retarded he gets and how funny he is and the personality. Like, he just talks
Kindred
so
spirit,
much shit,
yeah.
bro. I'm gonna stand and strike with Alex Pereira. It's like, all right, bro, how did that work out? But it's like, and then he just keeps coming back with the same bullshit.
Yeah. He resonates a lot with you, huh, Gio?
Yeah, that's how I got my nickname, the White Jamal Hill.
Ha! Wait a second. I was in I'm sorry, Frankie. When I was in New Jersey, I was talking to this Italian woman, and she told me that Italians aren't white.
Yeah, I mean, well, since like I forget what year, there used to be like a separate category. You know, when you go to the doctor, you put like your race, like you check like Caucasian, like whatever, Hispanic. Yeah, like there used to be a category Mediterranean, but they got rid of that. So, I mean,
just rub all you guys in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I think Khalil Rountree is fucking shit, and I think he's. Yeah, I do. I think he's awful. I think he's got one way of fighting. I think he's got zero cardio, and I think he cries too much and is a general pussy. And I think he's going to get smashed out. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to have a good. Dougie's saying he wins the first two, and I can see that potentially happening where it's close and he does well. But I think in a 5-round fight, I think Hill's going to be a little bit more cautious in this one, and I just think he's slicker in terms of like the way he can. Like I can see him, as Paradox said, winning the foot battle and.
All right, I have a question.
I don't know. I think he's more clean, and I think he's gonna. I don't know. I've been waiting for Jamal Hill to show out for a little while now. Obviously, he's had two. I thought the Yuri fight he had moments. Yuri, that was the best. It was the best Yuri we ever saw in terms of the head movement, the way he was getting in and out, and I think nobody would have been prepared for that version of Yuri because he just doesn't do that.
Nobody?
I think
nobody.
No, because he doesn't fight like that in terms of he doesn't really move his head, and I know he's got very odd movement, but he doesn't really move like that, or he hasn't moved like that in previous fights. It's always been he strikes from very weird angles. He strikes from very weird angles, which is hard to deal with. But I mean, in terms of and I think Jamal Hill losing that fight isn't a testament to how bad he was. I think he had his moments. He caught him certain times, but it was a good fight.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be levels above Khalil Rountree here. I think this guy's a dumpy loser, soy little bitch. That's what I think of Jamal Hill.
Okay, like
if you cry when you win, I can't understand. I can't.
I wasn't aware that there was
cried when he won the belt. What are you talking about? He got on his both knees with his head in his hands and cried when he won the belt.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Khalil Rountree.
I know, but like
he cried when he won the belt.
Cried when he won.
That's different. That's a reason to cry.
Dude, they both.
I wasn't
crying when you win a random fight against. I just don't like Khalil Rountree. I don't understand. I've been kind of pissed off with the fact that he's kind of got opportunities that he doesn't really deserve because he went viral because he cried, and I just find that annoying. He can't. He's got no takedown. He's got no takedowns. He's got no diversity to his game. He's going good from one side. He's good from one side. He like if you watch fights, for example, against Johnny Walker, if you switch stances against this guy, he's useless. And and don't get me wrong, the fight he had against Alex Pereira, I think he surprised a lot of people. The fact that he didn't get smashed out in one round, but the fact that he's getting
Pereira on the ground, bro.
I think Pereira looked at this guy as it's like when Amanda Nunes fought Pena, right? The first time she looked at her tape and she thought, I don't need to train this, but she's shit.
She had COVID.
No, but I'm saying, no, but my point is, I'm saying Nunes, watch the clips of this girl and thought, I can't wake up early and go to the gym for this bitch. And I think Pereira looked at all of Rountree's fights and thought, there's no fucking way this guy is ever gonna touch me. It was a gimme fight for him that we've. Dude, and I mean, I know he got out. He got hurt more than he was expecting, and Khalil did better than we all expected. But that's his claim to fame, getting fucking mollywopped.
Bro, he was
for the majority of that fight.
Well, I mean, it was. I think wasn't it the second or the third round where he won at least a round in that fight, and
he won a round.
Yeah,
he won a round. I think that's not debatable.
Dude, who else besides like Jan Blachowicz at light heavyweight until Uncle Bayev took the belt off Pereira? Who else won a round?
No, but you can go out. You can go out there. you can go out there and have bad performance. I mean, he had a really bad performance. Pereira did against what's that wrestler guy, the one he fought in his second fight,
Bruno Silva.
where he was taken. No, it was even before Bruno Silva. It was that Michaelidis guy or whatever his name was.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got taken down a couple of times, and he looked like he looked average.
You guys
can have
clearly
bad
did not
nights.
watch Alex Pereira's kickboxing career, and it just shows.
Oh no, his kickboxing career was outstanding, obviously. But I'm saying like,
But it's not like he was just starching guys in the first second of the fight.
yeah, he had close fights.
He's a fucking kickboxer. He's like gathering data. He's like,
yeah.
He's a weird stance where he like does this a lot. But you know, it's like Khalil has done very well in the stand-up aspect of his career. And I mean, like he knocked out Gokhan Saki, who at the time was like a top level kickboxer. So I always called him like the kickboxer's mage. And I think Jamal Hill is not really a kickboxer, right? Like he's more just like a traditional boxer.
He's sloppy.
I think that's his downfall.
I think if Khalil's gonna win, he's gonna have to do significant damage in the first round because his cardio is shocking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And like and the reason why I'm edging Jamal Hill is because first of all it's 5 rounds, but also he's been effectively dusted twice. I think he's going to be a lot more cautious in this one, and I think Khalil's gonna.
Honestly,
it could be. I mean, he could be too cautious and get chinned in the first round. But I feel like if Khalil,
I disagree with that.
Khalil visibly loses tank in front of your eyes in a way that's not.
That is a good point. He's pretty bricked up. I don't know. I just don't understand this Jamal Hill fan club bullshit.
I'm not even a fan of him. I think he's a bellend as well, but I just think he's a better fighter.
It's like I'm a fan of his like retardation.
Oh, by the way, Frankie, I am so happy that you said bellend because that is my favorite British insult in the entire world. I heard it recently, and I'm a huge fan of bellend users. So
it's in the top 3.
Oh, I'm a bellend user.
I like Mong. I like Mong a lot.
Mong's nice as well. Yeah, Mong's pretty good. We've got some because when you get insulted in a British accent, it's short for Mongoloid.
Yeah, okay. Frankie, what do you like? Munter. That's the other one.
Oh, that's one of my specials. People don't really say Munter that much, but it's one of mine that I use. It's just like it means like a clapped out slag. Yeah, no. When you hear Munter, you can see it in your mind. That's what British. That's what British insults
there's
do.
That visceral reaction. Calling someone a tosser too. It's like I don't know what you mean, but I do. Like
British insults are the best, honestly.
Yeah, they are. It's because British accents. We sound like posh cunts. So when we start dissing you out, it's like it sounds deeper. It cuts deeper. Yeah. I'm not gonna go toe to toe with City Life because I don't want to get destroyed on my own panel. So I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say anything.
You said which gas out it?
Pretty much all of them. I mean, the thing is, he just looks visibly like he looks like his decision making goes out the window. Tosspot's nice I love Knobhead as well.
I mean, dude, like
he just looks like his decision making goes out the window.
Dude, as a fight goes into the later rounds, Jamal Hill just gasses and starts to overcommit. I mean, that's just a fact. Like, I mean, you know, you could call that shitty.
The thing is, Jamal Hill doesn't really have any great wins either. It's not like I'm speaking this way. I mean, I know I said he's going to starch him out, but I just don't think Khalil Rountree is well rounded enough. And I've seen when he gets, he's very dominant on one side. He's only really bringing one thing to the table. It's not like he's going to mix things up if things are going badly for him. I feel like Hill could go there.
Sorry.
Yeah, Batty Boy is definitely a small passion. Douchebag is nice as well. I mean, fuck me, it's a good one.
No, dude, none of those insults come close to Bellend. All right,
Bellend is perfect.
Come on,
it just
Mong
hits.
is great.
It slaps.
Like, quit being a Mong.
Mong sounds kind of silly if you don't get the context, though.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, if you know, you know, Frankie. If not, you're a fucking Mong. Mongoloid.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the same in whatever accent you're coming out with.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. But that's that's the point of British. Like, there's mad expressions like that. Like, you know, if you go like look at the state I remember I showed Bodak.
Do you know what I like as well?
Ronaldo
You
statue.
fringe. I like
Huh?
you fringe. I don't know why. When that was made popular a little while. You know when those British gangster movies used to come out, like Snatch and Lock, Stock and stuff. You fucking
I
fringe.
think I've seen
It
that
just
movie.
sounds vicious.
Yo, Paradox is kind of right. Like he's saying that people are basically with Khalil and Hill, that like people are basically just picking against the other fighter more so than.
I think it's more to do with that. I just don't like I don't like Khalil because I just find him a bit sort of, I don't know, there's just something a bit off about the guy, the whole
that's
cult
what I'm
stuff,
saying. It's
and
like
Yeah, I'll give you guys this.
I don't like his energy.
I think that
I don't like that
Khalil,
he's in a cult, and I'd rather hang out with Jamal Hill, but like fucking.
Marginally.
I think Khalil overperformed against Alex
100%.
in a loss, and I think that that's why a lot of the fan sentiment is going towards Khalil. But again, I just think that Khalil is a lot more skilled on the feet, but I do think that the power edge goes to Jamal, and he'll be there, for as long as he can. He'll be going to land that right hand. But I feel like personally that's all he has in the fight, whereas Khalil has a lot more weapons on the feet because he is training kind of a Muay Thai style. I think that again, Jamal is just more of a boxer than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see it. I think what the sentiment is though is we're very likely to get an absolute fucking war.
Yeah,
which is what we need.
Which by the way,
we need a main event that delivers because they haven't.
Which by the way, you guys know that there's like an entire sport that people just stand up in, right? It's called kickboxing.
I know. I don't watch it enough.
And nobody gives a fuck about
it. I don't watch it.
I don't get it. It blows my mind.
Yeah, dude, it's because I've. Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's because I'm like, I just don't have the time anymore. It's more that, and like I don't know what I'm talking about as well. That's the issue.
Frankie, you have a life, and like so.
Yeah, and a job.
Yeah.
These fans that just scream at the top of their lungs, like, "Oh my god, boo, a takedown!" It's like, yeah, dude.
No, I mean, I enjoy wrestling when it's leading somewhere. Nobody likes lay and pray. It's horrible to watch. But when you see beautifully strung together transitions, and like, for example, it's why I'm such a big fan of Gamrot. Like, I loved his last performance. I thought it was sensational, and I've enjoyed watching him fight for years. I think he's.
I think you know who's criminally underrated is fucking It's criminal underrated. I just lost his fucking name. Like at featherweight in the UFC. God damn it.
Evloev.
Yeah, Evloev. Sorry, I'm looking at the mountains of Wyoming.
You love how he looked at the mountains and then he just completely monged out. Like, oh my god!
What a bellend!
Yeah, Evloev in his last few was really
Dude,
has really impressed me as well.
That was a great like wrestling.
A great wrestling fight. Yeah, it was fun to watch. I think even somebody who doesn't like wrestling would have enjoyed that.
Yo, Frankie, what do you know about Tawfiq Musayev?
Not that much. He's fighting on the card as well. I think he's 17-1, right?
I'm not sure if that's his 22-5. 22-5.
Oh, 22-5. I'm thinking about the other guy who's fighting at flyweight.
So had a long career in Bellator. Was always exciting. Went over to Ryzen, cooked a bunch of dudes in Ryzen, and then finally getting his shot. A little late. She's
on her way to your place.
But let me tell you, man, Tawfiq is a very exciting fighter to watch. Has a lot of power. I'm super stoked for his fight against Oralbai. I am gonna pick Oralbai. Younger guy, less damage. I think he can outlast him. But man, this is a fight I'm really looking forward to on the card.
Yeah, that should be a banger as well. Because I'm like with Oralbai, I mean, that fight he had with Rebecca was.
That was such a great fight.
Unbelievable.
Dude, he rose from the dead in the third round. That was fucking an amazing fight. And
that should be. I mean, this card, to be fair, is really good. I think like in terms of name value for people who watch on a casual basis, as we always bring up, it's probably not the most like. There are obviously names on it that are worth looking out for, but I think in terms of the matchups, we've got a really good potential. Like we've got a lot of like potential barn burners on this one, and I feel like we really need it.
I have a
losing faith.
I have a fight that like people, have disagreed on Bogdan Grad versus fucking. No, he's not fighting Sadikov. He's fighting
Naimov.
Naimov.
I think
Yeah.
Bogdan Grad. I think Bogdan Grad kills Naimov.
And Bogdan Grad is a very heavy underdog as well.
Yeah, well, so was Chris
I think
Duncan.
he's like
Frankie,
plus
remember what I
200.
told you?
No, I don't. No, you've got to stop using the Chris Duncan example every time we do this because I said I thought Chris Duncan was going to win.
love that
You
example.
fucking wet wipe.
Everyone in the UK was on Vucenich's dick, and give me so much shit about picking Chris Duncan, and then Oh wait, sorry, I forgot. I had
If anything, do you know what I should be angry about? Because I said about, just to go back to that, I said I was going to bet on Chris Duncan because I felt like the odds were too good on Duncan, and you went, never bet the odds, never bet on the odds, or bet on someone when you think they're the underdog, and I was like, yeah. So if anything, you fucked up my night.
You've done it to me like 5 times this stream. Like,
fuck's sake.
Oh, wait. Betty says that Bellend is a village in England. Are you?
Yeah, and then Tim Denham says it's an uncircumcised dick, which is fucking weird.
Is it really?
It's just your bell end. It's the head of your dick. There's not that. It's your
the
bell
end of a bell. It's such a great
bell end. It's fantastic.
Can you confirm that? Is that really a place in England?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I've never been there. I feel like I need to think if there is.
Written, like,
well, we've got our names, and then you guys just copy our names and add new to the front. So
yeah, that's true. And then
but like
we also have Native
New Hampshire,
names.
you've copied all our shit, like, and then you.
But what about all the Native
American names? Frankie, you know what, man? You won the war, so you can just fuck off, all right, buddy?
No, it was an early stoppage. I've discussed this many times. And also, it's like when two cousins from the same country have a fight, and then one of them wins, and then you go, that country won. We're from the same fucking place, bro.
Yeah, but okay, I love doing this. I love going on Google Maps and just looking at place names in England.
Yeah,
this place is called Stratford upon Avon. What the fuck does that mean? Like, why is it
upon Avon means that it's on a river.
You know what?
That's stupid.
Upon Avon, it's like
Frankie, you know that?
It means it's adjacent to a river.
Frankie,
we've got some fucking fruitcakey names,
has the longest name of any place. It's like the train.
Yes, Clella or something. We need to get JP on here to pronounce
that.
This
place is called Burton on the Water. So why didn't they just call it that?
Because it was probably on a lake or it's not adjacent to a river or banked by a river. There's different types of water types. Yeah, I think it's stupid. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not defending England, but it's hard to do. But I'm calling early stoppage on that war, and I'm standing by that. And it's not over yet, mate. It's
Well, anytime you want, you just come on back, buddy. All right. We'll oblige.
It's not over. Is this a good time to? Is this a good time to remind everyone that I'm Irish and just to quietly back out of this conversation?
Wow. Well, I mean, not without an IRA tattoo. Like show that back hat with the IRA.
My dad had an IRA tattoo. I thought it was a bit too much on the nose.
Hey, you know what? That's a good time for me to hop out. I got shit to do, boys. Frankie, thank you for letting me.
It's been a. We're only going to be on for 10 minutes anyway. Thank you very much for turning up, bro. Appreciate it. Because I did only let you know at last minute. Thank you so much for pitching up. We'll do, bro. We'll do another one on. I'm thinking of doing a watch along on Saturday. So if you feel like popping in and out for that one, you're more than welcome if you've got time. But let me know. Good to have you on, bro.
My channel,
by the way, can you drop your link into the description real quick? Because if you're not subscribed to Combat Casual, obviously do so immediately.
And right back at you, Frankie. I actually had quite a few people watching this on my channel. I streamed it to my channel.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
But like, bro, like, do you have a Cash App or like a fucking PayPal, Venmo, like anything? Because like,
he won't monetize.
Like $5, and
he won't monetize.
You say you don't want to be monetized, and I'm like, dude, I want to donate to the channel somehow. So,
bro, if I was here by myself, I would. I only talk about one thing because I'm just a horny degenerate. I've got nothing to say really, so I'm not charging people for fucking coming and listening to my retarded ass.
I know. I've fought this war with Frankie, and he won't. Yeah, he won't take.
Well, we appreciate you, Frankie, and Thanks
No, I appreciate you guys as well, and thanks again. I hope you get up to that 1,000 subs as soon as possible as well, bro.
Yo, good hanging out with your friend, but you gotta
As
brush
always,
up
bro.
on Super Smash Bros, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Giddy, that's weak shit, bro.
Come on, dude. All right.
Wait,
All right,
what?
peace out.
Take it easy, brother.
You gotta brush up on Super Smash Bros. That's a good place for me to leave. See ya.
I mean,
Yeah, so yeah.
yeah, he did, dude. He starched me in Super Smash Brothers. I mean,
Which version of it? Which version of it was it? Was it like the
Super
GameCube?
Smash Brothers Melee, like for
GameCube, then.
And yeah, GameCube, and like I haven't played in over a year, but I mean, whatever, dude. Like, yeah,
Yeah, you said that.
That was a night of L's for me.
I mean, fair. I mean, like I said, fair play to you. Regardless of when you take the odd L, you still come with the you still come with the big talk. It was like with the chess talk when you were giving it all that shit, and then
Dude, well, yeah, but like, dude, I'd like to run that back with Bodak, because like, dude, it's like
I don't think that's a good idea.
I checkmated brutally, like,
Yeah, but
like,
brutally is professed to not really be a chess player at all. And if he says he was driving while he was playing, I kind of believe him.
I mean,
I can imagine he'd do stuff like that.
It's not that I don't believe him. It's just like, all right, let's run it back. And none of this shit means anything in the scheme of things. Talking about video
No,
games.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of shit talking.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, Idaho.
Idaho, learn how to play Dragon Ball Z though. You fucking.
I reckon you should be careful of that, because I reckon he smokes you on Dragon Ball Z as well.
Oh my god. Dude.
If he's betting you $3,500, like he seems to me like somebody who's got fighting games down.
He wouldn't even make a bet that the one game that I won in Smash Brothers where he played as Pichu, he wouldn't take that bet.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Smash Brothers. I don't really play fighting games really. I'm not really big on them.
That's
so
hardly
I don't
a
know.
fighting game. I mean, it is.
It kind of counts.
It is, but yeah, I guess you'd call that.
What would you call it if it's not a fighting game?
It's like, well, okay, it's different from like, like the way that the way you have a splits. It's
You
like
smash people.
I don't
think it can
play
be
video games. I don't know like what the terms are, but it's like everyone's looking at the same fucking screen versus like a split screen.
Yeah, but you're fighting people. It's like. By the way, if you're here, could you like the stream? Because there's 33 people in here, and I don't think there's very many likes. Sorry, continue.
Everybody like Frankie's stream for fuck's sake.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, rather than continue on that, on that road to bullshit, trying to make a case for Super Smash Bros. Not being a fight. But do you what are the odds do you think that this card is affected at all by the fucking war that just broke out?
Absolutely zero.
Yeah,
it will affect the card in 0 ways.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think I think it's kind of a good thing that it's happening. Because it shows that it's a good distraction from what's going on. Well, not a distraction, but it's good that it opens up avenues to things still happening. And I'm just happy we're getting a European card in an obscure place, because I think a lot of us have been calling for that for a long time. It's usually only London it's usually England or France. I was like, why can't we go to fucking Azerbaijan? It's weird though that we got that and we haven't had fucking Spain or Italy or.
Well, Spain's happening, right? Superior called for it.
Until it's fucking in stone, I don't believe that it will, because they seem to think that, because I don't think they've got the indoor arenas necessarily. They've got a lot of stadiums they could do, and for some reason Dana seems heavily against that.
Yeah.
For some unbeknown reason.
You know, one thing I love about Hamdi being on this card is
that fat fuck, that fat Egyptian kebab salesman.
Yeah, you know what's great about him being on any card that he's on, you know that they're not testing for fucking steroids.
Yeah, I mean, if he's doing steroids, he's taking the wrong steroids though. That guy is fat as fuck. I think I'm quite surprised he's such a big favorite as well. UFC Auschwitz. Oh man, I'm doing a lot of stuff on Asterisk at the moment, and my students all have no behavior, so they're just saying the most disgusting things. So
Should do an event in
bit...
Georgia with Ilya and Marab. That would be good for Georgia. Yeah.
Georgia, if Georgia has or had, well, they've got 2 lineal champions technically. I mean, if they don't get a car, the fact that they're doing it in Azerbaijan when they've got 1 fighter in the UFC there is kind of mad. You think stadiums are too big for fights? I completely disagree. Like some of the boxing cards this year, like the Ben and Eubank one was unbelievable. The atmosphere in that place was fucking amazing. And the thing is, it would kind of resolve the issue of you could have cheap seats again. If you've got like an 80,000 seat stadium, you could sell tickets for $50 or $75 or whatever, and people just want to be there for the atmosphere. Get drunk, see 2 dots fight, and it would eliminate a lot. Don't forget about Musical's new video on you. How is it going to make me cry and rage, or am I going to be? I need to check that out. Am I ready for it? Yeah, I think this. I don't understand. I don't understand Dana's reluctance to do stadiums. It's weird.
It is weird. It is weird. Like,
we need to get more fights all over the world because I'm sick of watching a card at 12 o'clock at night every week.
Yeah, you guys have it rough over there with the timing.
But everyone should have a chance to see what it's like to have it rough. Do you know what I mean? Have it everywhere. Do more Asia cards. Do more European cards.
What was it? On Jan versus Figueiredo, that would start at midnight in the US.
Yeah. I think you lot have it. I think they should stop. I mean, we've been saying this for a while. They need to stop doing Apex cards, and when they feel like doing that, they need to fucking have just go to somewhere random in Europe. Go to Georgia where there's a champion, because if you don't do a Georgia card now, it's never going to happen. I mean, Marab is being talked of as possibly pound for pound #1 at the moment. If you can't do a fucking card for him, it's never going to happen.
Who do you think is his next defense? Do you think it's just Sandhagen or what?
Yeah, I do. Has to be. Unless I mean, I could see them shafting Sandhagen over. It all depends on timing, because they could do if Pantoja puts in an amazing performance and then calls him out, you never know. There's never a sure thing in the UFC.
You really think
Sandhagen has been fucked up?
If Pantoja beats Kai France, you really think he's gonna move up?
Yeah, he has to. There's no one else. There's no one else for him to decapitate. He would be one person where you say it's definitely deserving, and I think he knows that. Like the guy I like in that division, I really like. Well, I want Manel Cap to win the belt at some point because I just love him, but he seems to be fucking up for himself. I think Tatsuro Taira is going to be champion of that division, and when he gets it, he's going to be very hard to get off it because I think he's very good.
Do you think do you think is he better than Joshua Van?
Joshua Van is. I'm worried now that I'm looking forward to seeing the odds they've got on the Royval fight because I think Royval's going to beat him.
Well, I mean, I think Royval's going to beat him too, and like that doesn't stop the odds makers from opening it at plus money for Royval or for Van.
Yeah, no, but the thing, so Dougie, on that note though, the UFC wouldn't do that. They'd still charge the same amount for all the seats that or what I'd like to call within range. But then you let the casuals turn up and fucking, well, not the casuals, sorry, the people who just want to turn up for the atmosphere and pay for the experience, and you get that too. I think he cited the weather as like a problem, which again is just a stupid thing to me.
Yeah, he says some full of shit things about like his reasons for.
There are stadiums in this country that have across Europe that have retractable roofs now, and air conditioning and climate control inside the.
Wow, no way.
I don't think he knows what's going on.
You guys just got that. I mean, it's not that he doesn't know what's going on. He'll see Dana White will.
There must be a very monetary related or just a logistical reason as to why he's not doing it, because it's probably easy to roll out the same things in every sort of arena type place. I reckon when they look at an arena, it has to have certain criteria where they can bring in whatever their screens are, and where they can just literally roll into town, set up in a few hours, and then roll the fuck out. If there's any logistical stuff to it, they don't want to do it.
I was just gonna say, for the right amount of money or to not lose the right amount of money, it's like Dana White will like present himself as like a dumbass, like he doesn't care. after a certain point. It's like
I think he's missing out on such a big opportunity though. Like stadium atmospheres, when they go off, they can be fucking incredible. If you get it right, it's sensational.
oh,
And you
yeah,
want
for
more
sure.
people turning up live. The more people you get turning up live, they embrace with the product more. And I
Dude,
feel like they're
I
missing
love
out on a big
Cheddarhead's
opportunity.
I love Cheddarhead's privilege. The fuck did he say? He's like, he goes, it says 9 a.m. It's like, this is unreasonable and unfair and unreasonable.
You fucking spoiled bastards. This is why you can all suck my ballsack. Do you know how much we have to suffer to watch this awful sport? And having to set a card for an alarm is unacceptable. Imagine having to stay awake for a card or to sleep in the middle of the afternoon when you've got kids so that you're awake for the card. And then you have to sleep through most of Sunday, which is your last day off. It's disgraceful, mate. All I'm saying is, yeah, they should just go around the world a little bit more, try things, because the product just feels the same over and over again. It's like wherever they are, it
they've
feels
had a
like
lot
the
of
same
success in
arena.
Australia.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of
and
huge.
They fired that corrupt judge in Australia because there's no goddamn gaming commission. You know, like the judge that gave Tuivasa 3 rounds against Rosenstrike. Like they don't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that was
set a
that was
card
nice
for
to
'em.
see. But I mean, I just think we need to see it out there more. But like I said, I'm happy that this card's on during the daytime for me. I'm gonna probably do a watch along for it because why not? It will finish at 11 p.m., which is gonna be weird for me.
That's not that weird.
Mm.
If you shot me a link, I'll jump on for a bit. I've heard. Yo, bring Dougie on.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, Dougie, we'll do. Hang on a sec, Doug. Let me get you in.
I've been dying to be on the panel with Dougie so much ever since.
Hang on, Doug. I'll stay on for another 15 minutes just for Doug. Hang on. Sorry, mate. Hang on. I'm not very professional, in case you didn't realize. There we are. I've been nagging Dougie to get back on for ages as well, so I'm not gonna miss this golden opportunity.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, dude,
yeah, I'd be interested to hear his take on this because the stadium thing does baffle me a bit. It's like it seems like such a big opportunity to miss, and I guess being a UK fan because we do pretty much everything in stadiums. It's
Well, yeah,
it's
most of what you do is soccer, which is good,
well,
but,
soccer, rugby, even when
right.
like I said, when NFL comes over, everything is like wind, rain, or shine. You pack a stadium full of 50 to 70,000 people or whatever, and you just soak in the atmosphere and enjoy it, even though you can't see shit what's going on. It's more just for the atmosphere. Shift to Oz, Frankie. They're having tutors take lectures over here. It's so understaffed. I can't go to Australia because of the freaky fucking animals you've got there. I'm subscribed to this guy on YouTube recently who like breaks down all the weird animals you've got there, and it makes me want to visit there even less.
Bro,
It just seems like a scary place.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. Like, first of all, it's like I mean, just the platypus itself is like it fucking lays eggs and shit, you know?
Yeah, they don't have just dangerous animals. They've got animals that don't look like they should be existing on this planet.
Bro, I have
you know, like if a kid just like put like all the favorite parts of his animal together, it's like they exist in Australia.
It's like if they had a zoo that had like creatures that only like you had to be like, you know, that only like the Illuminati could go to. Like, you know, with like creatures that you know, like normal people didn't get to know about.
Yeah, it's a weird. I think it's more of that. It's just because I'm a massive pussy and I don't want to go out getting duppied up by some weird animal.
You wouldn't kangaroo hunt with a machete?
No.
I was talking
I will go to Australia at some point, but I'm thinking of more in my later years when I want to die.
I'm definitely
I'll go over there.
I'm going to the UK first, but like I'm definitely going to Australia. Like, how do you not go to Australia in this life? You know,
I'm running out of places to go, to be honest, that are on the list because I've been all over. So Australia is getting closer and closer. I can't ignore it anymore.
Yo, Frankie, are you is Tijuana still happening?
I think it possibly will at the end of the summer. I'm trying to work things in. I'm trying to work out the timing and stuff. I'll introduce you to that crazy friend of mine.
Yeah, but don't get responsible on me.
I don't know.
Don't get too responsible.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I feel like you balance. You're a good like role model to. I mean,
no, that's not me.
I think you would roll your eyes at that more than anybody. But like, I mean, for a guy with kids and everything, it's like you balance debauchery really well, Dougie.
What's good, Doug? How's it going, bro? We can't quite hear you at the moment. This would be the biggest anticlimax I've ever felt in my life if we can't get.
I'm about to be the quietest I've ever been on a panel. As soon as
All
the
right.
audio starts working.
Oh, is that what it takes?
How's that? Can you hear me better there?
Yeah, you can hear you, bro. How's it going?
Hang on 1 second. Oh, fuck that. All right, we'll just have to go like this.
That's all good, bro.
Yeah, about this.
Your silky monotones will be enough for this stream. We're happy to have you on.
Dougie's first vertical stream.
I don't think it is.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
I can't hear you. Oh, no! Why is my Bluetooth mic failing me today? No.
We can definitely hear you. So if you can hear off, just go off on the ramble
All
of a
right, cool.
lifetime.
So here's the problem with the stadiums from what I've been hearing, and I've just pulled over on the side of the road. Here's the problems from the stadiums from what I've been hearing. There's two problems. Number one, the UFC like to charge like $900 for the back row, and they don't want to drop ticket prices because the UFC is a lifestyle product. Well, it's three problems. Number two, they'll only go to stadiums where they can close the roof because they don't want bugs and shit getting involved with the lighting. Dana's always talking about the product. He wants to control the atmosphere 100%. And then number three, you've got a limited amount of stadiums throughout Europe that have closing roofs. And those stadiums get booked up for the football season for the next 12 months. So you've got to get a Ilia Tapuria on schedule for a stadium that has a closing roof around the European Football League and concerts. You got to time all of those things at the exact same time to put on a stadium show in Europe.
And it's probably just not worth the effort when you think about it.
Now, I can't hear what you're saying, so I'm going to jump off. But I'm sorry. I got my Bluetooth mic here. It's just, I don't know why it's not connected. I can't hear shit.
Do you know what? I'll send you a message later. We'll get Dougie on again to go fully into it at some point because we've got to do something. We've been meaning to do so for a little while. But
I'll do it when I'm at my laptop and we'll do it properly.
Yeah, that would be sick. We'll set something up during the week. Thanks for popping on, man. I appreciate that.
Dougie,
see you guys.
Pissing me off. Take it easy, brother.
Subscribe to Dougie's Corner.
Subscribe to Dougie's Corner, absolutely. Yeah, he's literally my favorite. He's my favorite live streamer to listen to when watching the fights. I don't know how he has the stamina to do it every week. I respect.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the amount of videos that he cranks out and then live streams
is very impressive, and he doesn't just have one channel as well.
He also, dude, he taught me how to deal with a stripped screw, like this trick for getting like
a man of many talents,
a torn screw rather. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna have to fuck off now myself because I've got work tomorrow. But I appreciate you coming on. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm gonna do like an open panel for the event because it's like I said, I'm not missing an opportunity to live stream during like a card that's actually on at a reasonable time. So we'll send a memo out to the boys and see if we can just get some random fuckers on Saturday. But no, I appreciate you. Are you when is your predictions video come or your predictions video coming out for this
Probably
one? You're gonna
tonight.
try and get it out early.
Probably tonight. Okay. Yeah, that's like, I wanted to I wanted to steal some takes from people. That's why I asked about those fights. And
hang on a second, I've just found out that I'm fighting on the channel. Is this the final?
Oh yeah,
there's no way I've made it to the final.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, if we could raid Paradox and watch me win the whole fucking thing, watch your boy finally get the W he deserves.
I mean,
Paradox, can you link your channel in here? By the way,
I'm
can I
putting
shout
you.
shout out to yeah? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like who's left in the chat Olympics?
I have no idea. I've
Paradox,
seen
who's-
2 rounds of it. Yeah, Paradox. Can you give a quick breakdown of who's still left?
Yeah, Paradox, who's left?
Let me jump over to there now because I don't want to miss
I'm gonna tell
myself
you the
getting my
odds right
fucking
now.
ass
And
whipped
then
again.
I'm gonna fuck off.
Let me see who's on there. I've missed part of the like the build up to it. It's crazy. Right, so Paradox is on. If you guys could go over there and get the stream popping off, I'd really appreciate
Yeah, yo, raid Paradox. Peace.
it. You
Yo,
guys,
peace, Frankie. Take
up.
it easy.
Thank you so much, Gio. If you're not subscribed to Giovanni, Giovanni.
It doesn't matter. Giuliano
Yeah,
Argenti,
subscribe to
but don't-
subscribe.
yeah.
Giuliano
Okay,
Argenti. Please subscribe to
unsubscribe
Giuliano.
from Giuliano Argenti. Subscribe to Paradox.
But no, I
subscribe to
appreciate you. I appreciate you twisting my arm a little bit to get on tonight because during the week it's just so tough for me, man.
Yeah,
but I
like
appreciate you.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Good Noodle. He was having like his car was fucked yesterday.
No,
Like,
he
this is
mentioned
his day off.
he did come on. He came on Sunday and he was fantastic. Like it was a really good show.
Yeah.
I've always got time for Good Noodle. I love that guy.
Yeah.
So he's always welcome on. We'll find another time to do it. But jump over to Paradox right now.
Yeah, very Paradox.
And subscribe to him as well. As always, to everyone in the chat, thank you so much for turning up. Appreciate all of you. Much love. If you could subscribe to me, what's my channel name? Fight Night Frankie. I'd really appreciate it. I'm very, very close to hitting another milestone, so I'd appreciate you guys. If you could also like the stream before you duck out, I'd really appreciate it. I'll be back again on Saturday. I might do a quick one on Friday, possibly, but you'll definitely see me on Saturday for the card, so you American fuckers can get up at just after breakfast and hopefully enjoy what's I'm hoping will be a good card. Thanks very much to all of you, Lane, Tim, Douglas. Douglas, I'm sorry you're didn't see you were here. Antec, Westy as always. John Jones is a good person. Can't believe you made me say that out loud. Everyone get over to Paradox and show the guy some love because his Chad Olympic streams are always entertaining as fuck. So show the boy some love. Yeah, I'll see you all on Saturday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the middle of the week. I appreciate all of you. Rountree's getting